No, she said again, sister.
But actually, it's a big portion.
It is a big portion. It's very big. Bonjour, this is Andrew Lim inviting you to go out on a limb. Hello from the City of Lights, Paris. Yes, I'm here for a few days. City of Lights, City of Love, City of Great Gastronomy, because there are tons of restaurants here, even though right now in front of me is a garbage truck, because I'm in this really neighborhood place. But this is a city of gastronomy because after all, I think there are about 16,000 restaurants here, according to an unofficial tally. So there's actually a lot of restaurants to eat through. I'm going to take you to a few, starting with Bouillon Republic, which is a casual bistro here in the city. I'm coming up to the garbage truck. Not very romantic, huh? Anyways, so come check it out with me. We're going to eat some great French food here in the City of Lights. Folks, before we start, kindly hit the subscribe button and notify button for new contents that I upload weekly. Merci beaucoup. So my first stop was to Bouillon Republic, which is a really popular eatery here in Paris. In Paris, you can find many different kinds of eating establishments, bistros, cafes, restaurant, and the latest one that has made a comeback in the last few years is Bouillon. So the story goes back to 1855 when a Parisian butcher named Pierre Duval served a basic dish of bouillon, or what you call broth with hunk of meat in it, to local workers at the market as an inexpensive but really hearty meal. So that idea gave way to a new category of restaurant called bouillons, which basically serve really familiar French home cooking food like leeks vinaigrette or French onion soup or escargot to workers at really affordable prices. So bouillons became a familiar sight in almost every area in Paris until 1980s, where it was actually out of fashion, but it actually came back in recent years. And Bouillon Republic is actually one of the more popular bouillons that local Parisians hit. The menu prices here are really reasonable. Starters around 3 to 5 or 6 euro, main courses around 10 to 12 euro, desserts around 4 to 5 euro. Even the drinks, the wine is ridiculously inexpensive. And for the food that we had, which they all came out really fast, we went with standard fares like shrimp, escargot. Those are really, really tasty. The French onion soup is really classic French fare, as well as the pâté. I mean, who doesn't want to eat a pâté when they're in Paris, right? The bone marrows were not disappointing at all. And when you're in Paris, of course, you want to get the chicken because they do have really good chicken here. And of course, French fries. So overall, it's a really popular concept. And if you come during peak dinner time, it's actually really, really packed. Next, we went with a bistro called Janu. It's a really popular bistro that serves, Provençal-style dishes in a very friendly, sociable setting. The menu at Charles Janu is written in French, so good thing I had my dear friend Christine and her family translating for me and also ordering for me. And the menu here is actually, they're known for their pastis as well, which is a drink that is an alternative to absinthe. It's made with star anise, which I tried for the first time. It was pretty good. And of course, the ignorant American in me thought pastis was just a popular restaurant that we have back in New York. The entrees are also written on the board as well. These are really the entrees or the plates of the day. We had, pates and also mussels to start. Those are really, really good as well. And the ratatouille was what we had as the appetizer. The shrimp was really fresh and it's cooked with some star anise in it. It came with a bowl of rice, so that's not too French, but it was really tasty. It's contemporary style where everything it's blended in and fusion as they should. And this is a vegetable stuffed with grains in it, and it was really good. And of course, the duck breast was done perfectly. For dessert, we had the poached pear, which was good, and also the popular chocolate mousse, really generous servings of chocolate mousse where they just literally just slam it onto your plate and it was actually light and fluffy, so it was really tasty. And it was appropriate that we toasted our 3-hour lunch with a melon infused shot. It was a great lunch. Next up was a highly memorable dinner at Asead by I hope I pronounced that correctly, by Chef David Gerber. It's a really small dining room, but they had really good ham on the house. It's really good. The menu is pretty simple, just a few starters, a few entrees, and a few desserts, all written in French, of course. The escargot was served really differently, but it was really tasty. The white asparagus, when I went, it was in season. It was really tasty as well. This pappardelle was really tasty as well and unique because it was actually made with squid. So imagine, it's really al dente, but a different kind of al dente, like you bite into a fresh squid. And of course, when you come here, you have to order its famous cassoulet dish, which is a medieval peasant dish designed to make do with whatever that was around. So that was the original version, but now it's a slow-cooked, casserole containing meat, pork skin, and white beans that originated in southern France. So it's a really hearty food. It's really tasty, but this is, a portion for one person, which can be eaten by 3 people. So keep that in mind. And of course, we had to finish our meal with some traditional crepe Suzette. It was delicious. So folks, these were my 3 amazing meals during my last trip to Paris, one to a Bouillon, one to a Bistro, and one to a restaurant. Regardless of what eating establishments that you go to in this city, you will not be disappointed by the food. You might be disappointed by the service, but in general, I think the Parisians have actually become friendlier these days.